is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Breaking news off the top. A Hialeah councilwoman surrendered to the FBI. It's on healthcare fraud charges. This is according to our news partners at the Miami Herald. The FBI confirmed that Angelica Pacheco is in federal custody. She's scheduled to make her first appearance before a judge this afternoon. She was elected in November of 2023, and that's after running 4 times for a seat on the council. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister is working this story. She's going to have the latest coming up at 5. Rapper Travis Scott bonded out of jail after he was arrested on Miami Beach. This after police say he was involved in a yacht incident. CBS News Miami's Peter Dinch has the report.
This is where rapper Travis Scott was taken into custody following his arrest here in Miami Beach for disorderly intoxication and trespassing. The Goosebumps singer, whose given name is Jacques Webster, was picked up just before 2 this morning here at the Miami Beach Marina. Officers were called here after a disturbance and say they found Scott yelling at people on a vessel and using obscenities, and they say he ignored officers' commands to stop. Coming up at 5 in just an hour, we will have the latest on what the police report is saying. We are also reaching out to the rap singer's attorneys. On Miami Beach, Peter Dinch, CBS News, Miami.
A police operation to recover cars submerged in Doral Lake continues once again. Divers have removed 1 car so far. They hope to remove a total of 3 cars today. Several dozen cars have already been recovered since August of last year. This all started with divers working on a private investigation to find a missing person. They contacted police about all the cars that now lie at the bottom of a lake. Miami-Dade police are now looking into the history of the cars, including to see if they may be tied to any murders.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, we have a summer-like pattern, and it fits very nicely into the first day of summer. It actually begins at 4:51 p.m. Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler is tracking it all.
Yep, it's the summer solstice, so astronomical summer begins in about 45 minutes. Now, you won't notice much of a difference because, you know, we have endless summer here, right? But, yep, that's going to be happening. Longest day of the year. Sunrise 6:30, sunset 8:15 this evening. Daylight time will start getting shorter, but you won't notice it for quite some time. By the way, this is the earliest we've had the summer solstice in about 228 years, and it has something to do with leap year this year. So, yep, we got an early one. That's what's going on right now. A few showers and thunderstorms? No, not really. Just a few showers. That strong easterly flow coming in off the Atlantic, pushing the sea breeze, the Atlantic sea breeze, all the way inland over the interior and the west side. So just a few inland showers are popping up at this point, but we're not expecting much in the form of rain. Winds gusting over 25 miles per hour this afternoon. Died down a little bit. We have a 14-mile-per-hour wind right now in Miami, and that is producing difficult conditions for the beach. Rip current risk is going to be high, at least through Friday evening, anywhere from Broward County through Miami-Dade County. So that's something to think of if you're going to be going to the beach tomorrow. Not a bad day, but keep in mind it is quite breezy. Drought monitor came out today. Look at this. What a difference a week makes. We have no drought now across South Florida. Still dry across central and the northern parts, but all that rain we picked up last week, as much as 21 inches, that just did away, obliterated that drought. So that's no problem anymore. So we'll track out the showers. I think dry tonight, again tomorrow for the most part. Friday at 1 o'clock, you might see a few showers developing over the inland and Miami-Dade area, but moving off into Collier County, Monroe County. And then with an east-south easterly flow going into the weekend, you might find a few showers here and there. It's possible. Again, Saturday morning, again, inland areas have a better chance, but our rain chances will be up just a little bit this weekend. But overall, the next 3 days, if you take a look at the legend, 1/10 of an inch, maybe up to 1/4 of an inch. So this is not, we're not expecting anything heavy. Back to the tropics. We're still been dealing with Alberto. That made its way inland over Mexico. It's falling apart, rain there, but we've got another one following in its heels. This is an area of disturbed weather. This disturbance wants to move into the exact same area. Hurricane Center is now giving this a moderate or 50% chance we could get developed out of this. So it looks like, again, we're going to see that rain coming into Mexico, heading into the weekend. And then this little disturbance that's been sitting out here, this area of low pressure, 40% chance that this could develop. All of that is going to send rain off to the north and west. Georgia Georgia, northern Florida, picking up the rain out of that. We should not see any of that. So our pattern is very summer-like. Temperatures around 90 degrees with a chance for afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms, but nothing big out there.
The search is on for the driver who hit a woman riding an electric bike near Fort Lauderdale. Surveillance video shows the woman on the bike. Moments later, she's on the ground. BSO deputies say the driver got out of the vehicle and helped her up before driving away. This all happened in May on South Federal Highway. The victim suffered several injuries and is still recovering from them. If you know anything, call police. Turning now to the hunt for the cup. The Florida Panthers back on the ice this morning. The team squeezed in one last practice, and that's before heading back to Edmonton for Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final. They are set to travel to Canada this afternoon.
Well, it's great. It's another great challenge for us, and going into Edmonton now, like we're going long trip, so we get to spend a lot of time together in the plane and in the hotel. So can't wait to get playing again tomorrow.
If the Cats win tomorrow night's game, they will make franchise history. It would be the first time the Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup Final. Cost of childcare back on the rise. When we return, we offer tips to help families keep those costs down. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Billboard backlash. A sign has popped up in South Florida. It is comparing former President Donald Trump to Cuban dictator Fidel Castro, and it's causing a lot of controversy. Whether you're traveling along the Palmetto or in the area of Northwest 67th Avenue, you can't miss it. Some say it's an insult to the Cuban community, not just in Miami.
They see it as a big lack of respect for a community that has been suffering for more than 60 years under a regime that has destroyed one of the most beautiful islands, the biggest island in the Caribbean.
The billboard was paid for and designed by the Mad Dog Pack. New York Governor Kathy Hochul signed a landmark bill. It's banning what she calls addictive social media feeds for kids under 18. Only on CBS News, Jolene Kent sat down with the governor to discuss this groundbreaking legislation.
Taking action.
For mom Bernice Tsai, the battle over social media addiction with her 16-year-old daughter has been a struggle.
It makes me mad because I see how social media is kind of using her. I know it's not healthy for her.
She's one of many parents who've spoken up in support of the Safe for Kids Act in New York. Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul says the law will make it illegal for social media companies to use, quote, addictive feeds for users under 18.
They are being held captive to powerful forces outside their own control, algorithms that are intentionally addictive, intended to pull them in and keep their attention.
That means in New York State, no suggested posts will be allowed in kids' feeds, no notifications from 12 midnight to 6 a.m. without parental consent, and new age verification tools to be set by the state attorney general. If the social media platforms do not comply, the attorney general can fine them up to $5,000 per violation and beyond.
How confident are you that New York State can keep up with the technological innovations of the most powerful, innovative companies in the world and actually enforce this law?
Our attorney general helped propose this with me. The first start is to just change the law, put the companies on notice.
NetChoice, which represents Meta and Google, among other major tech companies, says the New York law will violate the First Amendment and censor free speech online.
The Attorney General will be responsible for enforcement, and they can enforce at will. That's a decision that should be left up to parents, not government and not Silicon Valley.
Today's signing comes just days after the Surgeon General proposed that Congress create a tobacco-style warning label on social media.
Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, said while it does not agree with every aspect of these bills, it does support legislation requiring app stores to obtain parental approval to download apps. TikTok declined to comment. Jolene Kent, CBS News, New York.
The New York law is set to go into effect in 180 days. That's after the state attorney general determines the exact rules and guidelines. Cost of childcare is going up. Experts say the average family is spending more than $11,000 a year. People are paying around $1,000 a month. There is some relief for lower income families. They may qualify for financial assistance through government programs.
A growing number of parents have seen childcare outpace their salaries, forcing them to quit, putting the brakes on career advancement and long-term retirement savings.
At childcare.gov, parents can find various programs that may provide financial assistance. It is American Eagle Day, and what better way to mark the occasion than taking a look at some of South Florida's most popular eagles. Ron and Rita captured the hearts of South Florida. People all over the world followed them on a nest cam. The American eagle is the national bird and animal of the United States. That's the CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a wonderful day.
Hi there, I'm Lauren Pastrana, and I recently met a really nice couple who wondered if a simple moment, perhaps you've experienced it as well, was something more serious.
I'll go into a room and say, why did I come in here? I don't know whether that's a normal part of the aging process or if there's some onset of Alzheimer's disease.
So the couple invited me to their appointment at a local Mind Institute where I spoke to a doctor about preventing Alzheimer's tonight at 5:30.